time travel isn't real, please, and I've got two very learned gentlemen sitting here next to me, please explain to me why does it feel like October 9th, 2025 all over again? Group stage match, India, South Africa, India killing it, South Africa end up pulling off another miraculous win that potentially dents your chances of making knockouts.
I don't know whether your opening line is supposed to demoralize the Indian fan because of the loss or offer them some hope, because if it was indeed going to be a repeat of what happened in the 2025 World Cup, then losing to South Africa may not necessarily be a bad thing, because from there on we go on to qualify for the semi-final and then of course end up playing the final as well. However, while he's of course drawing a parallel from that particular World Cup, I must remind you that particular World Cup, your chances of qualifying were still wide open. I mean, the format was such that if you won your final game versus New Zealand, you would have made it through to the semi-final. That seemed rather comfortable. The format of this World Cup, I'm afraid, isn't too kind to any team. No wonder this group was said or marked as the group of death, because you have three outstanding teams, three teams that are probably the top, out of the top 4 teams, 3 teams in one side of the group, which meant only 2 could qualify for the semi-final. And as things stand right now, it's in a very precarious position. I think for South Africa, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think for South Africa this was a quarter-final.
Yes.
Because South Africa had lost to Australia. If they had lost to India today, it was curtains for South Africa. They would have been out irrespective of the result of the Indian team versus Australia. And I don't want to really pull down the other teams, but the fact of the matter is that in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Netherlands, you weren't really looking at any one of the team even causing a one-off upset.
True.
So if you're not looking at that, it was a straight-off shootout between Australia, India, South Africa. South Africa lost to Australia, which means this was a quarter-final for them. Had they lost to India, India would have gone through irrespective of... So in that sense, this could have been a quarter-final for India too. If they won it, they almost guaranteed a semi-final. However, the thing which is slightly okay for India now is, unlike South Africa, because South Africa had already lost to Australia, so couldn't have had any chance to come back after this. For India, at least, there is a ray of hope that you still have a game versus Australia, which you need to win. My question to you is, am I fair in calling it a ray of hope, or should I rephrase it and call it a faint chance?
I would not tag it as a ray of hope, and I'll tell you why. Because again, I'm looking at not just, and see, this is, I think, one of the things with these multi-nation tournaments, you're looking at everyone's fixtures, right? South Africa were absolutely pasted by Australia, let's make no bones about it.
Yeah.
But the good thing is they've got that pasting out of the way. And then of the other one tough fixture, they've won. If you're India, South Africa, you're looking at it as being, listen, if I can beat the other, then I'm as good as guaranteed to go, because I do think that Australia would be the favourites over both these teams going forward. The worry is that India now have to face Australia in, I think, their penultimate group game.
Last
Yeah.
group
No,
game.
last. Worse. Great. South Africa have 2 easy fixtures. They've got the Netherlands and Bangladesh. Now that's where things really get tricky.
Actually, even those easy fixtures also, see, I mean, I don't see South Africa losing to any one of these teams. Neither do I see Australia losing to any one of these teams. Neither do I see India losing to any one of these teams, right? So that is out of the way. Effectively, South Africa, it's fair to say, will finish this group stage with 1 loss.
Yeah.
1 loss to Australia. I think that's a fair assessment. As things stand right now, the worst case scenario for Australia is also that they will end up with 1 loss. That too can come against India, whatever you call it, ray of hope, faint chance, whatever. Worst case scenario for Australia. They of course have a better scenario to look forward to, for which they are favourites of finishing the group stages without any losses. India is in the worst position, because the worst case scenario for India is 2 losses. 2 losses means you're out of the semi-final race. So the point I'm trying to get to is this loss almost the end for India in this tournament, barring a minor miracle where you beat Australia, or no, I think I'm being too negative, or you think I'm being too negative. I think India-Australia is a 50-50 game. Anything can happen.
See, India do have a better record in Australia against Australia when you look at T20 World Cups. Okay, of course they are in the negative. ODIs, yes, it has been Australia who have been overwhelming favourites, but then they lost in the semi-final. Anything can happen in their last group game on June 28th. Okay. Now the problem is looking at the performance of the batters, looking at the performance of the fielders today against an Australian side who are hell bent on ensuring that they erase all the memories of 2025. A dropped catch against for Australia knocked them out of the World Cup. A dropped catch today has put India on the brink. Radha Yadav of Marizanne Kapp. So this loss, it gave India some shaky ground in the World Cup final of ODI World Cup. This, I think, is a killer blow. Because if you don't win against Australia, it's game over.
Even if you win against Australia, by the way, there's no guarantee you qualify. Because
your net run rate is better.
No, your net run rate is better. How? Is better than Australia's? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's
South
not
Africa.
It's better than South Africa, sure, but they've got Netherlands.
And
They're whipping girls of this World Cup.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
And
if
Bangladesh.
we could put a beat, Bangladesh, I'm still giving a little bit of respect because this is a team that has won 2 games. They've upset Pakistan. I'm just saying they have nothing to lose. They can be tougher opposition. Netherlands, on the other hand, as I said, have been the whipping girls of this tournament. The easiest group game that South Africa have comes up next when they know they need a net run rate boosting win.
Yeah, but Netherlands and South Africa. World Cup, T20s, ODI World Cup,
We're
the men.
mixing
Yeah.
genders.
Yeah, but the Netherlands, see, they are not going to set the stage on this is a debut World Cup.
Yeah.
It's their debut T20 World Cup. They are not going to set the stage. But honestly speaking, I see India versus Australia being that second place shootout.
No, that of course it's going to be a shootout. I think that goes without saying. That is going to be a virtual quarter-final.
Yes.
India versus Australia, and one of the teams, as Shane puts it, because of South Africa now getting easier games, might make their net run rate much healthier than the competition. If I had to look at the percentage of India qualifying, now there, as I said, this was the game they had to win, and I had hopes that they'll win this game, and we'll get to this game, by the way, in which I think India had plenty opportunities to win this encounter. They will rue this opportunity, that being in a position where they could have won, but they haven't. Anyway, before we get to the game, just overall, why I don't see more than a 20 to 25% chance of India now making it to the semi-final, which of course is not great news now for Indian fans, and I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Firstly, you're going to play arguably or unarguably the strongest team at this World Cup in Australia. First, and it's not that India can't beat Australia, but I'm just looking at the present form where you've had a close enough game versus South Africa, but this same South African team was walloped by Australia. So imagine you're now going to be facing a team that's beaten you, and the team that you're going to face beat the team that just beat you in a one-sided encounter. Fine. Many will argue that it's never, a correct way of saying that A beat B, so B should lose to, and if B beats C doesn't mean that C will lose to A. I agree, all that in sport, and that's why of course there is a chance that India can do it. But as I look at present form, generally the powerhouse that Australian cricket is, and you mustn't forget that India would have started that game, let's say versus Australia, at a, what would you say, 60-40 sort of a thing, right? But that 60-40 now gets to about 20-25 because I'm talking about semi-final, not that game. That game you could say, okay, 60 in favor of Australia, 40. But because if you win that game, still you're not guaranteed, and to improve your, even if you beat Australia, it'll be by a narrow margin. Now for you to improve your net run rate, and that's why I say that 40% chance of beating Australia might still be there, but the chances of overhauling the net run rate of both these teams is 50% at that. So I'm looking at a 20-25% chance of India making it. That's not to say that they can't, they can beat Australia by a big margin, which is why I'm giving that 25% chance. But as you know, in sport, if somebody gives you a 25% chance, that's not ideal. That's kind of telling you be prepared for the worst.
I mean, that's the thing, right? This was the game I thought if you win, then it doesn't matter. Then none of these conversations happen. Because then you've got India, Australia both on 6 points. It's as good as sealed. Because
Yeah.
I think the games thereafter become very, very immaterial.
No, I think India would have qualified today.
Yeah.
If they had beaten South Africa, they would have qualified for the semi-final because they're not losing to anybody else. Worst case scenario, you lose to Australia, you still finish second in the group, you qualify.
Yeah.
South Africa wouldn't have got any more points. 2 losses done.
2 losses were done. The
Yeah.
maximum they would have gotten to was
The queue would have been officially attached if
after
they had beaten Bangladesh.
Correct.
Because even Bangladesh can get to 6. So that is
Yeah.
the reason why. But if they had gotten 6 today, Australia, India could have been the 2 teams going from this
Yeah,
group. Now it
pretty
is
much.
Yeah.
Barring, as I said, a massive upset of Bangladesh beating someone, or which wouldn't have happened. So I said you could have pretty much sealed your spot in the semi-final. But such is the format of this tournament that this game, if you won, you were almost through to the semi-final. This game you've lost, you're almost out of the race of the semi-final. That's how cruel or tough this particular format in the T20 World Cup is.
Reminds you a bit of 2021, the men's World Cup.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
India had a similar group. They just had to beat one of New Zealand or Pakistan, and they were ensured a spot in the semis. They ended up losing to both. What did that mean? It meant that every other game you are playing catch up and hoping that one of these guys slip up, which, I mean, spoiler alert, they did.
I mean, this kind of situation is very much comparable to the 2022 World Cup. India versus South Africa. There were 3 teams involved. India, South Africa and West Indies for the final spot. If South Africa won, then West Indies would have qualified. And they just got it on the last ball. Deepti Sharma bowling that no ball, and I think it was Chloe Tryon, I think, who got those runs. I don't remember, but it was a very narrow win, and that's how South Africa.
That no ball, I think, was.
Yeah, that is the thing. So today also basic mistakes, and now India they were looking at semi-final. Now they'll have to look back. Oh, we don't have to now slip up.
Okay, where did then India lose this game? Because they put up a decent total, and I'll get to that. By the way, why this particular loss comes as a shocker, and you do see in our title as well a shocking loss, not because they've lost to South Africa, because I just looked at this one incredible stat. Never in the history of the Indian women's T20 team in a World Cup did they get, they batted first, got 130 and lost a match. So every time India got 130 batting first, they never lost a T20 match, the World Cup. So that is the kind of start they started with. So it was going to be a record chase for South Africa to do it, and they have. And so now I'm going to look at, and then South Africa find themselves in a precarious position. 5 overs gone, 25 runs, 2 wickets gone, and I thought this game is done. They were so far behind the curve, and from there India go on to lose. I think one of the primary reason is I think Sri Lanka Patil not being there. I think they're missing a bowler.
Yeah.
They were a bowler short. They got Prema Rawat, I think, who made a debut. Didn't have the best of days, expensive. Deepti unfortunately didn't have a great day. I'm not going to blame her. She's always been a standout performer for India. You can have good days, you can have bad days. But I thought that depth in the bowling with the Sri Lanka not being there, I think is what has come and hurt India. Because from that position, and we'll talk about Marizanne Kapp, I mean, she played an extraordinary inning, but I think somewhere Indian bowling, you got Shafali to get 4 overs. I think it's only the second time in her entire career she's finished a quota of 4 overs, and she has been one of your standout bowlers. I think that is the opposition.
Standout bowler, yeah, that's.
No, because she did that same in the final now versus South Africa, I won't forget.
She bowled well in the last game also.
Yeah.
The game against Netherlands, she got a few wickets. She was bowling some very good. I won't even call it off spin, by the way. She's practically bowling mystery spin at this point. The run up, the subtle variations, it's very mystery spin.
What a Yorker. She bowled a mean Yorker. But again, South Africa, I mean, Richa Ghosh had an injury timeout. They lost Tasman Brits immediately after that. But India's own fielding let them down.
Radha Yadav.
Radha Yadav has taken some stunning catches. Stunners. She drops a sitter of Marizanne Kapp, of Shafali's bowling. Now that, you're wondering what has gone wrong. You had momentum. Your best fielder drops a catch like that. And presto, gone. Within 4 or 5 deliveries, Kapp hits a 6, then the next over, she just rotates the strike well. Nandini Sharma, first ball, game over.
The other thing which I think also, aside from if you're looking at the bowling chart, and what sticks out to me like a sore thumb, Deepti Sharma, when she goes for runs, India tend to not do well. And again, 4 overs she's bowled, going at an economy of 11, 44 runs, 0 wickets. It's a rare off day, but it couldn't have come at a worse time. Because she's so dependable with her spin, and she's someone who's so hard to get away, and because people try and get her away anyway, she ends up getting a lot of wickets. Not 1 wicket, and I think that also costs you, because again, if you look at, my first thought process was maybe the spinners weren't doing well, because in the first innings the South African pacers were really killing you. Shabnim Ismail in particular, she was bowling some absolute rockets.
We'll get to India's batting as well, yeah.
But I thought maybe, okay, this is being seen as a slow pitch, perhaps not that kind of a slow pitch, but India's spinners did well. You really did miss a Sri Lanka today, could have taken some pressure off a Deepti, because Deepti was anyway expensive, and then when she came on, well, the trend really continued.
And while I agree with that drop catch, that was, I think, the game-changing moment. But my point is, okay, fine, a drop catch has happened, it's happened. Still, you were in such a good position, you've got a decent total up. By the way, this wasn't the easiest pitch to bat on, quite sluggish, as you saw. And you had plenty spinners operating. I still think India should have found a way to win this game.
I mean, at one point, the asking rate, I think in the 13th, 14th over, was over 10.
And in women's cricket, I'd just like to remind, for those of you who don't watch women's cricket, that's like 15, 16 in men's cricket, and which is going to be tough then from there on. It's not really chaseable. I think then you put the bowling side as the favourite as soon as the required 100 goes past 15, 16 in men's cricket for a sustained amount of time, not just 1 over. I think the same thing, if it was above 11, they brought it down to 9 quite easily, 8, and then they controlled the game from there.
It was that Deepti Sharma over that turned the game. I mean, the way how Tasman and Marizanne were batting, it was truly remarkable. I mean, that last ball 4, that Kapp hit, that changed the entire perspective. So, unfortunate, but South Africa have done this in the past also. Do you remember a certain individual called Nadine de Klerk at Vizag?
That's what I was saying. I started the show to reference with that, with reference to that match. And the other thing which says is they didn't break a key partnership back then also. They took the game too deep. At that point in time, you let de Klerk just bat, go till the end. Today also, I don't think they got enough wickets. Yes, 5 wickets in the end, but then that's also because you got rid of a de Klerk early, and then I think it was Tryon who ended up falling thereafter, but they were going for runs. That game also, I remember you had like 4 or 5 wickets, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yes.
And then you're waiting, you're like, okay, I kept thinking, okay, 1 wicket here, you get de Klerk or you get a partner, and that's it. You never did. Today the same problem. You just didn't end up getting enough wickets.
And I'm sorry, the Indian fast bowling attack also, pitiful. And see, now there's the difference. Ismail bowling for South Africa, Marizanne Kapp bowling for South Africa. Just look at that fast bowling attack.
Yep.
I mean, Shikha Pandey sitting in the studio, she should actually be there with I mean, it doesn't, there's clear lack of experience there in the Indian fast bowling attack. I mean, and it does not really scare. Today, that short pitch delivery to Shafali,
I mean, she's
what a ball!
Yeah,
I was reading a stat that today it was, I think, Shamim Ismail who bowled 3 of the fastest deliveries in the World Cup so far in today's match.
Yes. 130 plus she was.
120, right? 122.
Okay.
That 130 plus she hit it against Australia in that final of 2023. 132 kmph.
132, correct. Yeah.
Whoa, that is. And Shabnim Ismail, even this particular period. Marizanne Kapp in this particular period. Marizanne Kapp, not so much pace. Accuracy, metronomy.
Aggression. For taking that wicket.
Yeah. 15 plus years, Marizanne Kapp has been doing it. And she just refuses to give up. You remember, Shabnim Ismail also had to be brought back. She had actually quit international cricket for some time after 2023. But then she was coaxed out to come. And look at it, yeah. The pace hasn't dropped one bit.
I mean, you're talking about people who should be in the studio and might be needing to warm their bowling armor. Have India really replaced Julan?
Yeah.
And Julan also, when she retired, it's not like she was bowling poorly. She just kind of called.
I mean, yeah, but she wouldn't be playing now, I don't think.
How long back did she retire?
2022 in that period, 22, 23.
And now probably not, but still, I'm just saying, experience is no substitute for.
WPL won the standout fast bowlers. I'm sure India would have had.
Yeah, you have
Nandini.
She took a 5-wicket haul for Delhi Capitals.
Yes. Out of that only you have come out of it.
But I mean, she's more of, again, metronomical.
I don't know why
Should have the keeper standing up.
I mean, you're not playing Kranti.
Yeah.
I understand why it is you're not playing her, but again, at this point in time, Renuka Singh Thakur.
Exactly. Conditions.
Exactly my point. Renuka Singh Thakur, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have them on the bench.
And she's there, exactly.
Yeah.
She was playing the warm-up games. I thought for sure. I mean, see, I understand. See, a swing bowler, she's a little susceptible, even in the ODI.
And today was a dry pitch, and maybe, but on the dry pitch, again, look at Kapp and Ismail.
Get 2 overs out of her. Get 3 overs out of her in the power play. I don't care. Get those overs out of her.
The problem, I mean, for this entire, after the Australia series, what has happened is Arundhati Reddy's dip in form. Arundhati Reddy, whenever she's come out, she's not had that fizz or that particular cutters that she bowls. Arundhati Reddy with that leap, often she gets those good cutters with that extra bounce. Even that is also not working for her. So, your fast bowling bench today, you've bungled tactically. Renuka Singh Thakur, when the weather was overcast, you know that the weather was pretty overcast, sunny, you would have gotten a Renuka Singh
Plus,
Thakur.
I'm sorry, this is what we say in World Cups. We would keep talking about the men's team. You can't substitute experience. Whatever said and done. I know you can look at the current form and things like that, but you have to rely on experience, and I think that's exactly what South Africa showed today, both in their bowling and batting. It's the experience that really stood out. We'll talk about Marizanne Kapp. I mean, she clearly was the standout player, but now I'll go back to India's batting as well. And if I remember correctly, they were about 115 odd in 14 overs.
Yes.
You have 6 overs left. I'm looking at nothing short of 170. I mean, 170 seemed to be a par total. They had enough wickets in hand. That total they wouldn't have been able to chase. I still thought they got a decent total on this dry pitch, so not being very critical, but also, you know, that Richa Ghosh sort of a
which he did in the game.
Innings that you needed,
Yeah.
just didn't come today.
Just didn't come.
The problem also is that if you go to the batting order, if you look at how it is they're stacking up, you've got, again, your top 3, okay, Smriti, Shafali, Yastika, fine. Jemi at 4. Harman at 5 now is a bit of an issue for me.
You could very well have swapped. You could have swapped, kept Harmanpreet rather at 4 or even 3. If
The
you
problem
He should be batting higher than Yastika for sure.
Yeah, and the problem is that Jemi doesn't give me that confidence that she can change gears at will either. Even her best showings for Delhi Capitals have mostly come when she's been batting correctly from only 3.
that I have to check.
I think she bats higher up the order than even this. So I don't really have that confidence that if I switch a Harman and a Jemi, maybe a Yastika can come lower down the order. But Harman at this point in time is no longer, I'm sorry to say it, but everyone has this impression of her being overly aggressive based on that one knock she played in the ODI World Cup in 2017. It's no longer the same Harmanpreet Kaur. She's a better controller of the game, more of an accumulator than she is a power player that she was at that point in time. That is kind of gone. See, Deepthi can get you valuable runs.
Yeah.
Today it was a rare off day for Richa, which I'm willing to grant her because she more often than not is coming up and doing those quick fire, 30 balls, 30 runs, 15 balls types innings consistently. Point is, again, your middle order and your lower middle order specifically is seeming like a problem because Jemi and Harman, 2 of your sure short starters, guys who actually should be performing well, are not so far this World Cup. Even Jemi, I think, has had a very forgettable World Cup so far.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't do well against Pakistan.
Yeah.
She didn't.
1 of 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the shot that she played was
Terrible.
terrible in that. Yeah, I mean, Smriti was due a failure. She had 2 back-to-back.
But even today, see, the start that she got off to was fairly good. I'm not even going to be too critical there. Same with Shafali. I don't always expect my openers to get me big runs. You need your middle order to also step up and keep playing in that same template. Sadly, you don't have that right now.
You
don't. That's also an issue. Then it puts too much pressure on the lower order, which is why Richa Ghosh scoring 15 out of 14 is entirely a possibility.
Is it any coincidence that when Jemi and Harmanpreet got runs in the fag end of the ODI World Cup, that India really started to become an all-round unit? It is no coincidence. You need your middle order to fire. And unfortunately, Jamie hasn't fired so far in this T20 World Cup. Harmanpreet, I think you're pretty much used to this role that she's going to play.
But I'm saying, like, for example, now you take a look at India's virtual quarter-final, right? Win that, you go to the semis, lose, you're out.
Yep.
Simple. Now, if I have to look at how is it that India can beat Australia, you will need one or two of these players to have an outstanding day with the bat, right? Now, who are those players who you need? I think Sree Mandhana is that one player.
Yes.
I think Shafali Verma is the other player
Easily.
on a good day. I will still say Harman is that player.
Yes.
If she has an outstanding day, she can take the game away from you. She showed that in the 50-over World Cup as well, right? So, but okay, maybe a Richa Ghosh on a day, or so these are a few. Okay, Deepthi maybe.
Easily.
Yeah. So then these are 4-5 players. Now all you can hope for is 2 out of these 5 names that I've taken
Have to fire.
have to have one of their best days with the bat.
Always.
And then the question is, you get those runs, then do you have the fast bowling lineup to trouble Australia? If it's a spin-friendly pitch, still in with a chance because you will carry multiple spinners.
Just go to the schedule, Pawan. I mean, I'll look at where are India playing their next 2 games. That's what I want to look at. You won't get it here. You'll have to
You'll have to open
the whole schedule and see where it is. So, see, it will depend on how the quality of pitches are in those particular venues.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the games you have seen the kind of pitches where spinners do tend to get a little bit. I mean, your next is in Manchester, okay.
And you want to play
Same ground.
Same venue.
Same. And you want to play Australia at Lords.
Oh.
But that is a flat deck.
But flat deck, I'd rate this Australia team as favourites. I want a spinning deck.
And by the way, if either it will be a flat deck or it will be a deck that will help fast bowling.
Even if it's spin, you are going to go up against Ash Gardner. You're going to go up against a Molyneux potentially. You want that also? Wow.
I will take that over having to go up against.
I agree
that
because
pacer.
you have enough bowlers there.
Yeah,
If it's a
Sree
flat deck, still slightly better. If it's a deck that helps, like the one we saw in the recent test match, then there are issues there.
There are issues. So it depends on 2 things. If the pitch, that is one major factor, and the weather. You never know June end. What is the kind of weather that you're going to get?
Hey, by the way, today was very hot. They had so many breaks.
Yeah.
They were struggling with the heat.
So many breaks, it felt like the FIFA World Cup.
Huh. Yeah, I have seen all the memes about FIFA World Cup breaks.
I mean, it's so bad that even the players are speaking out against it. By the way, imagine how bad it must be that a thing brought in for quote-unquote welfare, and I say quote-unquote for a reason. Even the players are like, yeah, we don't really need it.
Yeah. Terrible.
I don't know.
It is terrible. Before we take the questions, a word on the super hero, heroine, whatever you call her, of the day.
Marizanne Kapp, I mean.
One and only.
Oh, I mean, she, ever since South Africa, I mean, when I started watching women's cricket, the only constant in the South African team that I would always observe is Marizanne Kapp.
Right.
Be it batting, be it bowling. I mean, before international, I would look at the WBBL and the impact that she had for the Sydney Sixers.
I think they promoted her today. I think that was a smart move to send her
Yes.
at a little higher up the order. I mean, she's a floater. She can bat anywhere. But I think they were struggling with that required run rate at that time. They lost because they said, listen, it's now or never. And I think her role was to be the attacker and aggressor. But she controlled the innings perfectly well. She took her time, got a single when she had to, and then attacked when she did. I mean, one of the most masterful knocks that you will see in a T20 game, men or women.
Yep.
That's how good it was.
If she doesn't get you with the bat, she will definitely get you with the ball.
But she today got you with both.
There's no surprise that she's the player of the match. Right?
Of course.
No, they had the eyes closed.
Eyes closed.
Not even
Such
a competition.
Good all-round performance. I mean, come on. I don't care. Even if it was just the batting, she'd have probably been the player of the match.
I mean, when I have seen Marizanne Kapp in the WBBL, I felt, man, she is a different player that South Africa have really gotten all these years.
Yeah.
From the 2010s all the way down to the middle of the 2020s. Continuously top class performances with both bat and ball, and that aggression of hers. Man, oh man, she can combine all 3 brilliantly. She and Shabnim Ismail, and until 2024 or 2025, Jane Van Niekerk. I mean, Van Niekerk would, with her off spin, with her leg spin, and with her leadership, would often help South Africa out as well. Chloe Tryon's, where you got a good, if you look at it, the bulk and the core, they have been there for the last 7-8 years.
Isn't Van Niekerk's partner
Yeah.
currently Kapp, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
There we
is,
go.
it is,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
what I was wondering. I remember this thing going on because when she was ruled out due to fitness issues and she
Yes.
retired. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember now. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
apart from Mlaba and Kaka, I mean, Kaka's been there for 5-6 years, but Mlaba also, even she bowled pretty good darts when you look at it. So they had everything going, but it was Kapp who gave that vital dismissal of Mandana. That opened the game up and you slowed down.
The one thing I'll say about Marizanne Kapp is that, the Delhi Capitals women's team is very lucky to have her. I can't say the same about her being lucky to be part of a team that's lost 4 finals on the trot. If you have someone of that quality, and she's done very well for them, I will add. If you look at her individual performances, she's been one of their standout, most consistent players. Very glad to see her get this thing that she can show off her all-round skills in such a brutal fashion. In 80 odd runs, 2 wickets, economy of 6.8. You've seen her do it in the WBBL, as you said, in the WPL too. Just so happens to play for that team that has bottled 4 finals on the trot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the perfect balance and it's perfect South Africa, right? She was with the Sydney Sixers,
Yeah.
the most dominant team in the women's Big Bash League.
Correct.
But she has to be part of the Delhi Capitals in the WBAPL.
As,
Imagine.
as Thanos would say, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Okay, we'll take some comments. Just a reminder once again that when you look at the points table, you might see India sitting second, which they are, primarily because of the net run rate, and that looks very healthy at 2 point something. Compare that to where South Africa is at minus 0.5. There looks like a major difference, but let's not forget, India have a tough game in the final encounter versus Australia, whereas South Africa have the pleasure of playing Bangladesh and Netherlands shortly, so they can look at making
Massive boost in the
Yeah.
net run rate.
making good on that net
Yeah.
run rate. So it's going to be an exciting finish. I think India, apart from winning, that's their first target. I think they should just concentrate on winning net run rate, something that you'll see
Correct.
later. Talking about, WPL teammates.
Of course, the Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, Harman,
And Shabnim.
Shabnam Ismail.
She,
having a chat after
She
it's
is one
done.
of the fastest bowlers that women's cricket has produced, and she's a treat to watch, especially that action of hers. Brilliant.
Okay, Steve Ticola is here. Steve, I thought you would have been watching, because you're betting on the FIFA World Cup. I thought you'd be busy watching the Spain game.
I mean, there's been a good watch so far.
I
What
know.
domination. Well,
Yeah, after a goal. No, because he's asking me the other day,
Or
who should I put down? Anyway, he says, time to ask, is WPL producing batters, Smithy, Richa, to an extent Harman, only T20 batters? With such middle order, you can't have inconsistent Shafali.
I would say with such a middle order, you need a Shafali even more. X-factor kind of a player. I have no problem with Shafali. You need to fix the middle order.
Yeah. I don't think WPL is a problem. I think it'll
I mean, it's already given you a lot of players.
give
and
you
it's
more
also
players.
helped you end an ICC jinx.
Yeah, lot of players, ex-players, everyone says that, listen, playing WPL that way consistently brought that tournament mentality into these players, which is good.
But I would say, luckily for women's cricket, you gave all your players like Smriti, Harman, then you look at even Richa, Shreyanka, the chance to play in all your foreign leagues. You gave them a chance in the WBBL, you gave them a chance
Yeah,
in
but
the
you
100.
had to, no, you didn't have your league.
Yeah, but imagine
You
if,
didn't let them play that league, will just be cruel.
but it was the case for so
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah, I remember all of them would be playing abroad.
And I'm telling you, before the WPL, the exposure that they had with the best women's T20 league of all time, the WBBL, gave them that mentality to be so consistent in the international order at this point. Daniel is saying, guys, Rohit should be playing 2027 World Cup, but if not, then Vaibhav has to play. He's special, extraordinary. I prefer him before any other player than Rowe.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi, what a day he had.
He didn't play cricket. He was playing a video game.
He was playing stick cricket. 11 ball 50.
Yeah.
Madness.
5 fours and 5 sixes. That was the way. And had he hit a 6, he would have equaled the record of the fastest list A 100 in history. 29 balls by Jake Fisher-McGurk.
I was saying this after the IPL only, that don't rule him out now in ODI cricket also. Wait and watch. Wait and watch. Give him some chances, you'll know. He is such a talent. You won't have the opportunity of saying no. But wait, I'm still saying wait. But by the time the England series is over, and if he's played, he's not part of the ODI setup, but he's done well now. Sooner or I'm saying if he has a good T20 outing, he may be given 2 games or so. You might get him to play a few more.
I mean,
ODIs.
you know who will be the most thankful with the knock he's at today in the final? The broadcasters of the A series, who also happen to be the broadcasters of the Ireland series and the England series.
Yeah.
Because they know if he plays any game, then it's all eyes and it's going to be box office. Everyone wants to watch Suryavanshi.
I agree.
It will be. I mean, it
I
was
agree.
box office here. I mean, we had to stop all our work and look at, okay, he's going.
And he's just not stopping.
And at one point, the graphic was there. When Weber was batting on 94 of 28, the projected score is 875. Imagine the projected score if Weber, Suryavanshi and India had batted in the same tempo. The projected score is 875 in an ODI. Imagine. Crazy. I'm telling you, I got a similar vibe in that under-19 final. I thought he would be the first guy to get a 300, and India were going past 500.
Easily.
Oh.
If he didn't get out, it was happening. Trust me.
I know. 370. I said, oh damn, they're 100 runs short here.
Because he doesn't play in any format, in any other gear. Just one gear.
No, but actually, I'll tell you, if there is a dot ball, he will play that dot ball. Then he'll launch next ball.
That's
you don't
my
know when
point.
he will
That's
launch.
my point. He doesn't do in between. He's like, I'll either play a dot ball or I'm launching it.
I mean, 50 runs all in boundaries and sixes, 11 balls, and then only 6 runs in singles. That's it.
Okay, we've got Sandeep.
Yeah.
Right. He says, to be honest and blunt, Indian women's team, irrespective of any format, they play never give any confidence that they are favourites against any top team.
I mean, even the ODI World Cup which we hosted, it was a very good rise, let's say, in the second half of the tournament.
Yes.
That kind of put you in contention. Because I thought for a lot of people that lost to South Africa, which I again alluded to, killed off your chances.
No, prior to that, you also couldn't defend 331 against Australia in Vizag.
Yeah, right.
But again, it took a freak non-Australia in the semi-final. Who would drop catches? 3-4 catches. Australia dropping 3-4 catches, and that too. Ash Gardner having an off day. When?
No, but India did play 2 outstanding matches, the semis and the finals.
Jemmy played the knock of the 2025
Semis.
ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So, and Rakesh Bhushan is saying, South Africa held their nerve when it mattered most. Why does India continue to crumble in defining over despite having the talent, experience and resources to be world
I
champion?
mean, who thought you'd ever read that sentence that South Africa held their nerve when it mattered the most?
No, Rakesh, I mean, today I know all of you are disappointed and so are we.
That last point I don't agree.
Yeah.
If that was the case, you would have not won the ODI World Cup.
No, that's what I'm saying. You are talking about a team that are world champions. True. A different format, yes.
Yeah.
But again, as you've realized, even again, let's be honest, with the men's team also, every World Cup brings with it a lot of challenges. Yes, you've won the last 2 T20 World Cups, but let's go back before that. You were one of the best teams, but you would find challenging situations.
22, you lost by 10 wickets. 21, you had to win 1 of 2 matches, you didn't. Even if you change formats, 2019, you needed 1 bad day. And one bad day, eliminated. 2017, you needed 1 bad day, you lost the final. 2016, okay, that was a poor tournament overall.
Look, it needed something freakish. Who would have thought 2 no balls and you would say Lendl Simmons and Andre Russell going berserk
I mean,
in a home World Cup.
You name 2 guys who go berserk only.
Except for Lendl. But Andre, yes.
Lendl had a very brief time period where he was explosive.
For the
that
Mumbai
time,
Indians.
Exactly, but that time period coincided. Na?
Yeah.
He was good for Mumbai Indians, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2015.
Yes.
And 2016 he was explosive for them in
14, who would have thought 4 overs of freakish bowling by Kulasekara and Malinga and Senanayake would ensure.
And by the way, you're talking about freak knocks against West Indies in 2016. You should have lost against Bangladesh.
Of course.
they had that game won until they decided to throw it away. Let's be fair.
You should have lost to Australia, but Virat played the knock off. Before, 82 of 54 became the most greatest knock. It was 82 of 61 again in Mohali. So that's the bit. Rakesh Bhushan Singh, Jemima is a top order batter, not a part-time contributor. One good innings every few matches isn't enough. India need consistency, not potential.
I agree with the part where he says that you need to be more consistent. That has sadly been her major problem, is that she'll have a few good knocks and then is middling.
Yeah.
I think she's a far more impactful player in the 50 over format
Yeah.
Yes.
than the T20. I mean, her game is more suited to that.
Very conventional kind of
Yeah.
technical on the easy on the eye batter. More suited to tests and
No,
ODIs.
she can be a very utility player in T20 cricket as well, and she does come up with some good innings on and off. We've seen it in the WPL as well. But yeah, the consistency was also missing this WPL. She
Yes.
came up with some good knocks, but then not as consistently as she would have liked.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
I agree.
Ashna M is saying, when your team's best fielder drops catches,
Yeah.
we can just hope. It's her one bad day. Won't repeat, but more concerned with her batting.
Yeah.
Jamie not giving confidence with the bat.
Seems to be
Ashna, you summed up exactly what we discussed.
Radha Yadav dropping catches here. I
Exactly.
never thought I would see that particular situation.
Yep.
Okay. Mihir Singh is saying, we still hope in power play spinner gets wickets. I expect Renuka will get the power play wicket, not Arundhati and Nandini.
Thank you. I feel
That
like
exact-
Renuka is one of those players who gets very badly maligned because she can be expensive at times. Sure, she can be expensive, but she's also one of your more experienced bowlers. A. B. Has the tendency of getting you wickets. Please, you need wicket takers in this team.
Yeah.
Agreed. And that experience. You need experienced players to be there. Can't go in with, I know, young talent and potential and so on and so forth, but that's not the only thing that you look at.
Yeah.
GC Joker says, if Jemmy can be T20 cricketer, then I can also be the president of United States. That's actually, right now, anyone being president of United States would do a much better job than the guy who is the president.
I mean, if a reality TV star, media mogul could become president, trust you me when I say anyone can.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
You're fake news.
No, but while I agree that there has been some sort of, we did analysis about Jemmy's batting, and yes, there is some introspection that needs to be done, but can't be like,
Before Donald Trump, you're talking about reality shows. They also had a Hollywood actor also serving 2 full terms as a president, Ronald Reagan.
Of course, Reagan. Sure.
So
Deepak Yadav says, guys, what do you mean? Without beating Australia, you cannot win cup. Australia is final team and you need to beat them at least one time to win the cup. Your expectation is only semis final. No, not at all.
No, the point is that beating them in a group stage might be tough, but in a final knockout, it's always anything can happen. That is why you were able to beat them in the semi the way you did, because quite frankly, it ended up becoming a case of that it's a knockout game. The pressure of a knockout game is different. In group stages game though, let's be fair, whilst I would always back the Indian team, all of us were hoping that you beat South Africa so that the game against Australia, the result does not matter.
Yeah.
In a final, if you lose to them, in a final, you'd expect to win because again, as I said, not win, but expect to compete because knockout pressure.
Plus, see, I agree with that and sentiment, and I also oftentimes say that if you have to win the cup, you have to beat all teams. Simple as that. You can't be like, oh, I'll scrape through here, get lucky there, and then win. No, it doesn't happen like that. Sooner or later, you will come across the best teams. And it's not that this Indian women's team can't do that. They've done it, as I said, they are 50 champions for a reason. They can, but I'm just saying it's become really tough. And the format is such now that game versus Australia, where you start as the underdog, is a must-win game. And that also does not necessarily guarantee you a semi-final spot. So that's not a position you'd want to be in. The better thing or the easier thing would have been today, and you had the chance to win this game. Win it, done.
see, and you're also facing an Australia women's team who are raging against the fading light. I'll tell you why. 2 World Cups now, be it the T20 World Cup of 24 and the 25 ODI World Cup, they haven't done well, and they are absolutely fuming. You look at the Australia women's
So
social
why
media
can't you
page.
look at the other way, that maybe add another World Cup where they underperform?
I mean,
Rather than saying now that they've had 2 bad performances, they'll be very
They
good.
have to be coming
they
out.
have to be. I mean, look at the lean patches that they have had. It's very minuscule. That is the standard that the Australian women's cricket team have
Sure,
always
but
done.
all dynasties have to end at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Australian cricket dynasty, it's sustained yourself for for 5 decades. 80s they managed to win, 90s you managed to win, 2000s you won, 2010s you won, 2020s also you won. Yeah.
Sure.
They are a dynasty team. They're like a sentinel. You breach them, you celebrate as if you've conquered the world. There's a reason for that.
I want to take Sridhar Saivakar's comment, which is very inaccurate, because he says that Jemima Rodriguez is the KL Rahul of Indian cricket.
Wrong.
Boss, KL Rahul wishes he has that one defining knock in knockout matches for India that Jemmy has.
Yes.
They are not the same.
KL has, unfortunately, in pressure situations, never contributed. Never.
The one time he did was that Australia game in the opening ODI World Cup.
97 very.
Sure,
Hey,
but even
Champions
that-
Trophy, didn't he have some good knocks?
Mostly Shreyas.
Semis and finals, sir.
Did.
KL Rahul.
He did.
Compare it to what Jemmy did. To
But
Australia.
still, Champions Trophy, semis and finals, both.
Shane, staying with
Yeah.
you now, this bias is seeping even into me. For
This is,
KL
I
Rahul.
defend him in ODI cricket, but again, knockout tournaments, where I have praised him for saying that in Test cricket, in situations where you expect no one to get runs, he gets runs. He has. That is a
Damage
fair
control.
point. Not damage control, it's a fact. I've said he shouldn't be dropped from tests. People have said that drop him, he has a bad average. I'm like, no, you need him.
Okay, Steve Ticolo says, Nick sir, by no you should know.
By now.
Oh, but he's written no.
I know.
I'm sure that's
Okay.
what he meant.
Acha. By now you should know I can afford multiple streaming screens with a very fast internet connection. So you just need a fast brain to process them. I know. So basically he's watching the FIFA World. He's showing off. He has an Infinia credit card also.
Oh.
So he's have multiple screen. He's watching FIFA World Cup, Women's World Cup and Sports Today.
Yeah, right.
Sure. I should have thought of that. Mihir Singh says, I always watch player quality. I always prefer Anushka Sharma over Yastika Bhatia. I seriously think after Jemmy, she's
will be
really
good. I mean, she hasn't had that much of chances, Anushka Sharma.
Yeah, but I mean, if you talk about the point he makes, I remember Anushka was bought by the Gujarat Giants, right?
Yeah.
Their entire tournament pretty much fell apart the day she got injured, because she got injured, missed a couple of games here or there, and then their tournament just got entirely derailed. Tells you the kind of quality she has. I mean, sure, you might not want to fast track her, but then again, you fast tracked a lot of talent versus the WPL, so yeah, why not?
Yeah. Mihir Singh says, Nikhil sir, wild thought. Swap Radha Yadav with Yastika. She's a good, but actually it's not a bad thought. It's not wild.
Radha hit a 50 for RCB in the WPL.
Plus, you know what that sorts out? Your batting positions we were just discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sorts itself out. Radha can do that. And Radha, the bowler, you could have relied on her today.
Correct.
I mean, Dipti is not having a good day.
Yeah.
You could have
Radha
gone. Yeah. It's
No,
not a wild
but
thought.
We have two left-hand spinners then, because Sree Charani.
Sree Charani is there. So what? You played a few
Problem.
matches in the 50-over World Cup with both of them playing, I think.
Yeah. In the Bangladesh game that was there, I think both of them played.
We missed one more comment from Sandeep, who
Anand.
says that the Indian women's team needs a separate side for ODIs and T20s. You can't have Jemmy Herman
Good
and other
point.
ODI mold batters in T20. It'll never work.
Yeah.
He
You
makes
see,
good
I think I could be wrong, but I think this could be the last World Cup for Herman. I'm
Herman, for
guessing.
Sure,
Yeah.
Herman.
He's been
So,
there since
huh.
2009.
So I don't
10.
mind her being there because she at one point was the right kind of T20 batter that should have been. So in that sense, yeah. But I like the larger idea which Indian men's team has also done slowly and gradually. You started identifying. Like Abhishek is not in your ODI setup. He plays T20 cricket. Sanju is not in your ODI setup. He plays T20 cricket. So
He should be in your ODI setup, but he's
yeah, but I'm just saying you found out that you have multiple players and some of them specialize in one format, the other in the other. So
Yep.
okay, we've got Anirban Ganguly says Yastika Bhatia is an unfit player. Yeah, she was sitting out today. I saw her.
I wouldn't go that far as to comment on her fitness, wouldn't know.
Priyanshu says Amanjot and Pooja Vastrkar injury ruined this World Cup. It's like Hardik Pandya getting injured. Yeah, that's true actually.
Amanjot used to contribute a lot in the ODI
Yeah,
World
yeah.
Cup also.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that catch which ensured that you won the game against South Africa in the final.
Pooja Vastrkar actually.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the fast bowling stock. You
Yeah,
needed
not having
someone like
Pooja.
him.
Pooja Vastrkar. But
You
should
needed
have
someone
played
like her
Kranti
to.
Gaur. You needed Kranti Gaur. today. Because hit the deck, dry wicket, maybe you could have had some purchase, but we don't know. Deepak Yadav saying whomever beat whomever, England versus Australia final. And nobody can stop
He's like,
this.
cut through everything else. Let's get to the point.
England found late order batters Freya and Gibson, which they did not have earlier. Yeah, indeed. England actually at home, I'm counting them as one of the favourites.
Yeah, Anirban Ganguly says, what is Richa Ghosh doing at number 7? She could have been used as a floater. Harmanpreet's last World Cup is confirmed today. Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought. Is my 200 T20 I's she's played. She's been a long servant of the sport. But it's not a bad idea. Like they used Marizanne Kapp today as a floater, and look how it paid dividends. Richa Ghosh is an ideal candidate to be used like that.
Yes.
Completely agree.
This we have taken.
Okay, final comment we can take. It says, two most promising teams are England and Australia.
But even the West Indies have created a
AC,
surprise.
AIC,
OTAM1.
oh my God. Again, people have just simple names.
I think actually this, what do you call, you see this DW8EU types, happens, it gets added or auto added by YouTube when they're making their ads, because say a name like Deepak Yadav many people would actually have. So because of that, it's just a way to kind of separate, although I cannot for the life of me defend ALCOTA.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, Akshay Vaishnav also points out, another example is Sky. He only played T20 cricket and was captain too.
Yes.
Yeah, when we are looking at...
I mean, you tried, by the way, you tried with him. You tried hard to make him an ODI player, did not work.
No way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't.
Okay.
And tried in test as well.
On that note, we'll take your leave.
Yes. An action-packed Sunday has come to an end, right from the A.
How was your trip to Virat Kohli's event? Yeah, lucky guy was there.
Yeah,
He was a special invitee. They called him specially.
Yes, Kevin John Abraham. I was sent to Virat's function, and it was good. The event started a bit late. It was supposed to start at 2, but it started at 4. There was...
Why?
I don't know.
You media guys didn't make hangama out of it? Like old days, it used to be like that.
It used to be like that, but I think because
They
there
would
was
like
so much of
walk out.
his merchandise that was available.
You got?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yeah. A special shoe, by the way. The 9230 shoe.
Wow. Wow.
The story is there why that about a particular shoe, and you can
I'm
check
sure
it out on
hardcore
Sports Today.
Virattians will know that number.
Of course they do. Check out that video which is there.
Oh,
And
lucky bugger got a shoe as well.
yeah.
Why did you come out before seeing Karan Aujla's performance? They're asking you. Priyanshu is asking
for
you.
2 reasons, Priyanshu, because I thought I would come just before the end of the India A final, and also the India South Africa match. That was the 2 most important.
Why don't you show our extended family the shoe that you got?
It's upstairs.
Nobody knows upstairs.
It's
At your
in the
desk.
second. It is in my desk, which is on the second.
You are underground or on the 500th floor. Or
It is on the. It's in my desk in the second floor. I didn't get it down. So
You didn't think you'd have to show up the shoe in all fairness?
that's the way. So soon.
Okay.
it'll be
And Kevin, to answer your question, no.
what is this question?
That was sent to Virat's function as a punishment. He asked that from because he asked that.
He
from
was,
me
by the
also.
way, I just let you know how it happened. First they called me and I said, no, I'm not available to go. I said, my learned colleague in Shane will go for it. Shane did all the spade work and refused to go for it.
I didn't refuse to go. I had some family
Refused to
commitments at the
whatever
last
is, refused to go. Finally it fell on Siddharth. He was choice number 3. But he gladly took it and came off
Came with some shoes.
shoes, yeah.
On Father's Day, my daughter is indeed happy, Priyanshu, because the shoe and other paraphernalia is for her. And as a big Viratian,
There you go.
she got it.
I mean, in my case, I had to. You're talking about Father's Day. It was Father's Day, and I had to watch a little child get shaved bald. That was the
Oh,
Not
Mundan.
mine. Yes,
Mundan.
Mundan of my nephew. Really,
Happens.
I would have taken the shoe event.
You had a choice, Shane.
No, I did. No, you're a married man. Do you think I had a choice?
He didn't have a choice. Poor guy.
Poor guy, yeah.
Okay, take care, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy some football. And we'll see you tomorrow. Dugout, I think we'll talk about the Indian team selection because there's so many things to talk about there. No Mohammad Siraj, still. Yashasvi Jaiswal gets 100, doesn't make it to the team.
2-3
Hardik
games,
Pandya
200.
still not fit.
Yeah.
So,
Only subject to fitness.
No Jaddu.
Actually,
no
tomorrow we'll get to
Jadeja.
know, right? Tomorrow we'll get to know about Virat.
exactly.
Yes.
So, plenty happening in the Indian ODI setup. So, we'll discuss that in the dugout tomorrow. We've got that one final question from Mihir. He says, Nick
No,
sir.
that we took.
He says, Nick sir, in WPL, I seriously don't see any batting talent except Anushka Sharma.
He stated something similar, but this
Similar.
is fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point, Mihir.
I wish the shoes cost 10k plus. Sridhar,
If that had to happen,
you can
Akshay
take
is
that-
saying we can wait, you can bring the shoes. Tomorrow, dugout, Akshay, we have a dugout every day, 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no, but it's Monday!
of course it's Monday.
Oh, no. I'll upload it on my social media profile.
Okay.
A good plug.
A good plug. Which he denied every single statement that Virat made. On anything on this product, he said, no, I'm not plugging it in. It's not marketing. It just happened.
Cool.
Okay, we've got Lathin Kauni, right? It says Indian men cricket team can give chances to young top order players because when Rohit and Virat retire, Yashasvi will fall behind Vaibhav in ODIs. That's unfortunate.
Yashasvi Jaiswal falling behind the order to Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Story of his career in recent times.
I mean,
IPL.
3 games, 200s. What wrong did Yashasvi do?
What wrong did Yashasvi do in Rajasthan Royals also? But
Yeah.
look, he didn't. It's like what Agarkar said, right? We didn't select Suryavanshi. He selected himself. So RR didn't anoint him. He took the scepter, he took the oil and said, I am the king. Well, look at me. I'm your king now.
Okay, we've got one more question there. He says, I know you guys, I can't read it.
You will go down.
I know you guys.
Make fun of him, I think was what was written.
Make fun of
Ooh.
him, no?
So his name was Barcelona. Oh, that's his screen name. Now you can't find it. Good luck. There we go. Oh, he's retracted it. I know you guys make fun of him. There.
Fun of whom?
Who?
I don't know. He's not written home. Anyway, missed that. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar says India is still effectively 120 runs ahead of South Africa in net run rate. South Africa's combined winning margin have to cover that in the next 2 games. Assuming India win the next 2.
Jimmy is good in ODI but poor in T20, no power game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No 120 run margin. Now they're going to play Bangladesh as well as Netherlands. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very possible.
Yeah, and
I mean, if all you know, that could be covered against Netherlands. Okay?
yeah, but forget all that net run rate. Simple
Business.
point is India need to beat Australia,
Yes.
and that's no easy task. So let's keep it at that.
Indeed.
Al Noor Kurani
Kurani.
says this is replica of 2025 World Cup, which is what we discussed. Al Noor at the start of the show. You can check the start. I hope it is a repeat of that.
In
Then it's
more ways
great
than
news
one.
for India.
Indeed.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Nandri, vanakkam.
Everyone said we'll wait. Doesn't matter, but bring the shoes. Still not bringing it.
How could I go in the middle of the show just like that?
He would have
He
allowed.
literally told you to go.
But never mind. Now too late.
Really?
See, if he had left by then, he would have been back. And you know, with the speed he goes up and down the stairs, the whole office gets to know.
I don't know about up. I know about down.
No way. Today walking
The whole
4
staircase
kilometers.
shakes.
Today walking 4 kilometers has killed me.
Should have given him my smartwatch.
Someone would have
That's why they've given you shoes.
I would have easily done 15,000 steps.
Yeah,
today.
comfortably.
Comfortably.
Okie dokie, bye. Good night for the nth time.
Nth time.
Yeah.
Well, for real this time. For real, is. Bye bye.
See you. Nandri. Shubhratri.
Shabrat.
Did all
Eat your vegetables. Don't trouble your mothers. Stay subscribed.